As you guys know, I'm sure, I'm a huge J. Cole fan. I actually got to re-upload when we saw J. Cole in 2022 in San Bernardino when he headlined Rolling Loud. I flew all the way to San Bernardino because I had to see J. Cole headline at Rolling Loud. To me, I was like, J. Cole, Rolling Loud is just a partnership I never thought was gonna happen. When I saw he was headlining San Bernardino, we jumped on a plane and went over there. When I heard First Person Shooter, when I heard Jodeci Freestyle, let's not even talk about First Person Shooter. When I heard Jodeci Freestyle, just something about Drake and Cole, because in the beginning there was a lot of comparison between the two. If you guys were there in the beginning of that career of Drake and Cole really bubbling up, Friday Night Lights and all that, So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, around that era, people were really comparing the two. Even during Take Care and Born Sinner, which those two are my favorite pieces of work from both of them. Who's better, Drake or J. Cole? Who's better, Drake or J. Cole? Because what broke my heart being a Cole supporter, a Cole fan, was when that man apologized on stage. That broke my heart, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Incorrectly, and I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot, I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I want to now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. For y'all.
And it's funny because he talks about it on the new album that's what we're here to talk about today. That comes out in about 2 days. It's officially announced. It will come out in 2 days.
Years I'd worked on this problem. I loved every minute of it. There'd been setbacks often. There'd been things that had seemed insurmountable, but it was a kind of private and very personal battle I was engaged in.
There's no other problem that will mean the same to me. I had this very rare privilege of being able to pursue in my adult life what had been my childhood dream. I know it's a rare privilege, but if one can do this, it's more rewarding than anything I can imagine.
Yeah, I never knew a la like this.
Sometimes mainly he just kind of represents sometimes being seen as the underdog and coming out on top and not necessarily taking no for an answer.
This J. Cole fan decided to move to Raleigh from Chicago last year after attending the Dreamville Festival. On Friday, Tyree Dickerson drove to Fayetteville after listening to Cole's new album.
I just listened to it and I'm just excited to be here, so I just want to see where he grew up and kind of, his area. Pretty much like his stomping grounds when he grew up. Mainly he just kind of represents sometimes.
But he brings up how many people felt about him when he apologized. I used to be top. See, the apology dropped me way out of the top 3. No problem. I'm probably best when they doubt me. Again, Cole's nice. That's not what we're here to argue. Cole's nice. Because when he gave his little jab to Kendrick Lamar, brother, that shit was just a warning. That was just a warning. And I was like, oh my God, what's yet to come is gonna be insane. What's yet to come is gonna be insane. Remember, I've said hundreds of times before the apology, the only one that could beat Drake is Cole. I was kind of wrong, because not like us happening, Drake wanted to stop rapping. But actually going back and forth and you would have had to surrender, I think the only man that could have really done that is Cole. Every time I say that shit, I just start hearing, they not like us, they not like us, in my head like, I still personally believe that the only one that's the most skilled out of all 3 to that tier was Cole. And the reason I say was because he finally showed us his true color, and it's like, nah, my brother, you must have listened to Uncle Ben too much growing up. I get it, you should have had great responsibility with great powers and all that. But brother, sometimes you gotta poke out your chest and drop your nuts on them. And I thought that's what Cole was finally doing. Cole disappeared for a little bit. We didn't really hear much about him. Even Cameron, in the other video we actually just did with Cameron kind of further explaining why he sued Cole.
J. Cole was cool. This is exactly what happened. Being a man is keeping your word. And I know everybody's busy and everybody has things to do. But if I give you my word 4 or 5 times, I got to do it. So on his first project he did, I did an intro for him. I did the record for him for his intro. I told him I may need a verse whenever I get a project done. He said, cool. He had another project. I did a record in 20 minutes. I knocked that shit out and went off about my business. I need a verse. I'm exaggerating, but he's like the chakra ain't right now, and the moon got aligned with the stars, and like when I write, I put my all into it. Okay, let's put your all into it then.
One of the last draws was when he called him in when he said he called him in October or something, and that's when the beef was going on between Drake. which didn't line up, because I'm like, wasn't that shit going on in the summertime? But maybe I guess it was still carrying over the heat. But that whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, Cameron said he tried to get an interview with Cole. Cole didn't want to do no interviews while they were beefing. Because everybody kept saying, bro, on first person shooter, y'all was really talking like, y'all was dominating the whole industry. What happened? You left this man to dry. Even Drake is saying Cole's losing sleep over this, but that ain't me. Remember that? All that little like jabs and shit? Cole, where was you? Where was you when we needed you, brother? Because I think Cole and Drake together, you guys can't tell me nothing. Remember how it was Drake versus 40? Remember how it was Drake versus 20, bro? It could be J. Cole and Drake versus 100 versus the genre. No bullshit, it could be versus the genre. And I don't think they lose. I don't think they lose. I think that two-man army is stronger than a 100-man gang. But we never got to find out because one man apologized and one man went out there and caught the fade by himself with half a rap. Because we even see niggas like A$AP Rocky that was saying forever, yo, Drake's the coldest. Drake's the greatest. That's my favorite dude. I love Drake. Ooh, Drake, love him.
It's a bad motherfucker, you know that motherfucker. That's bad. That's a bad motherfucker.
Man.
That's my homie, man. See,
he one of the most creative niggas in the game.
Because he from Canada, you know, niggas be trying to make it seem like, you know, nigga don't spit. That nigga go hard. He go crazy. Niggas can't deny it. Niggas shit, bitch with his shit.
Listen, this nigga's a cold. Then I sat next to him at this BMI thing. Then I realized the nigga was the coldest nigga in the game when I heard the Alicia Keys song that he wrote. I'm like, nigga, you wrote that for Alicia Keys? That's my shit. I be knocking that motherfucker. He wrote that? I'm like, well, I gotta work with you, Ken, folks.
I can continue with the work with the nigga.
Fear of Heights comes out on For All the Dogs, and now we got A$AP Rocky for the last 2 years begging to diss him. We don't trust you. We still don't trust you. Like, yo, why don't y'all put me on the first one? I know I've been trying to diss this man. I smacked his baby mama that Drake don't even care about. I smacked it. Well, do the math while I was effing then. Stop. And I love Rocky. Again, one of my favorite of all time, actually. But I just thought that shit was corny, how everyone took that time to be like, damn, thank God, bruh. I didn't like that dude at all. But I didn't have the balls to say it. Kendrick came through like the big brother. That's one reason that Kendrick gained so much more respect to me. After this, like, brother, you really little bro. All them niggas that came out dissing him too. Like, yeah, Kendrick, they felt tough because you was outside. And I give you respect for that.
Y'all gonna hate me for it, but it was lying. Straight up. Making lies sound believable, setting narratives. And crossing the line. You see, J. Cole is too clean to cross the line. J. Cole, if you gonna diss it, and this for anybody who would ever diss Kendrick Lamar, unless you gonna tell us his woman's a man, Kendrick got AIDS, unless you gonna say Kendrick got then you gotta come out with some bars like, yo, Kendrick, you got a top dog. Yeah, nigga, you know he was the top dog. Like, you gotta do some shit. You gotta come out with lies. Straight up. Straight up. That's how he wanted. And I think that's why he had an advantage over Drake too. Drake couldn't lie as well as Kendrick. That's a fact. Drake came up with a weak ass lie. He was like, yo, I got one. Guess what? Guess what? He beat his bitch. Nigga, half the people listening was like, so what? We all beat our bitch. That's what half the hip hop audience was saying. You know what Kendrick said? Certified lover boy, certified PDF. Oh my God. Oh hell no. We can't get jiggy with that shit. That's fact. Kendrick lies were the best. We gotta keep it a bean. J. Cole coming with this rapidy rap shit. Nigga, nobody care about that shit, bro. Nigga, tell us his sister, incest. Tell us his wife got a dick. That works. Lie that you his wife. That's the only thing that works. I ain't gonna lie. If you beefing with Kendrick, you gotta come out day one. Nigga, I know you caught your HIV. Straight up. You gotta lie.
Them, no points for that. You definitely gain respect for that. But Cole finally gave us the track list as well. Let's go through it. So Diss 29 and Diss 39. It looks like it's gonna be a 2 diss. And there's a 29 intro and a 39 intro. Let's start with 29. 2-6, Safety, Run a Train, Poor Thing, Legacy, Bounce Rose Blues, Who the F Is You, Drums and Bass, The Let Out, Bombs in the Ville, Hit the Gas. Lonely at the Top. And while I'm reading all this, I'm kind of thinking, are any of these gonna be him dissing Drake or him talking about the whole Kendrick Lamar situation or him probably even dissing Kendrick again? I don't know. But while I'm reading these, I'm like, what of these? Like if I had to pick one is Who the F Is You, I'm thinking, or Lonely at the Top, he's gonna talk about the battle. We know Cole. Cole always talks about his emotions, what he's personally going through, how life been, if he owes taxes, if he paid it all. He tells us everything. The neighbors called the 12 on him. We know everything. Folding clothes. I didn't even want to hear that man folding clothes, but he told us. So do I think Cole's gonna drop a 2 diss album and just ignore the Kendrick beef and him apologize and all that like it never happened? Well, that's already impossible because we just read, he talked about the apology already, how it made him fall. Inevitable, The Villas, Old Dog, Life Sentence, Only You, Man Up Above, I Love Her Again, What If, Quick Stop, and the whole world is the Ville, Ocean Way. All right, so out of 39, I'm thinking Old Dog, Life Sentence, or Inevitable is something that maybe, or The Villas, maybe we'll hear something about the beef. I hope somebody comes back and tells me I was right. The Fall Off back cover plus some insight. So the insight about it. Some of the very first verses for the Come Up were written when I was 19 years old. The title of the project, the first one that I would ever release, had a double meaning. There was the obvious one, my ambition to come up in the rap game. The second was more subtle, my physical change of location to do so. I was a delusional teenager from Fayetteville, North Carolina, who had decided to leave home and come up to New York City on a dream chasing mission. When you listen to that project, you hear a college kid with a real sharp pen telling the world how he's gonna make it and proudly put his unknown city on the map in the process. Towards the end of the Come Up, a couple skits tell a common story for me at that age. Me driving back home from school on a holiday break, calling my mom to let her know I'm a few hours away. Then calling my homeboys excited to let them know I'm back in town, asking where the party at, The Fall Off, a double album, made the intentions to be my last. Brings the concept of my first project full circle. Damn, he was already thinking about retiring or something to be his last. Cole, stop. Cole, stop. Cause this is gonna be like this career is just crazy to me. I refuse to stop. At this level, I feel like he finally hit the prime. And to stop? Nah. This 29 tells a story of me returning to my hometown at age 29 and decided after moving to New York, accomplishing what would have seemed impossible to most, I was at a crossroads with the three loves of my life, my woman, my craft, and my city. This 39 gives insight into the mindset during a similar trip home, this time at 39-year-old man, older and a little closer to peace. Okay, so I think this 39 is where he's gonna talk about that Drake situation. That's what I personally think. If I had to pick one, I think he's gonna give us a little therapy session of him driving maybe and him talking, and during that conversation, he's gonna talk a bit more about that Drake beef with Kendrick Lamar and how he fed into it. Without giving away too much more, here's the back cover of The Fall Off. All pictures in this version of the album were shot by me. The front and the back covers are photographs I took when I was 15. The back cover that includes the track list is a picture I took of the wall in my bedroom at the time. Thank you to every artist and photographer that cleared these pictures. I woke up every morning as a teenager, quite literally looking up to y'all. When this album releases, please know that you, in some deeper metaphysical type way, are in the music too. The Fall Off, 2626. And we see the pictures of his room. Now it makes a lot more sense as he took a picture of all the album covers and then he put the track list on top. And now I see like the disc player and all that. There's many people thinking that Cole's gonna, I don't know, talk about Drake only or talk about the situation with him and Drake. I guess there's a rumor going around that Maul kind of gave me insight to. I had no knowledge about it before, but I guess him and Drake fell off.
Why he did what he did.
Okay.
He better address why he did what he did.
Did a bit on port. Even if
album, he better explain why he did what he did. He better explain why he had that conversation with Kendrick.
Okay.
And then never spoke to Drake after that again in his life. He has to explain that.
I'm with you.
He has to explain that. That's nasty. Cole can rap his ass off. Put it in bars on why you did what you did to Drake, bro. Don't give me all of this young Simba and this. No. Tell the world why you had that conversation with Kendrick before that whole back and forth with him and Drake, and why you came off that tour with Drake, and after Drake gave you your first #1, and then you never spoke to Drake again.
Okay.
Current day, today, till this day, has never spoke to Drake again.
Now,
tell the world why you did that. I need to know why he did that.
Am I gonna clip this? Can I?
I need to know why he did that. Fuck it.
Is this gonna stay in this episode?
Hey, Cole, you ain't even gotta. Look, I'm like this. Cole, you ain't even gotta DM. You ain't even gotta rap it. DM me.
Pause.
DM. Message me. Tell me why. What did you hear on that phone call with Kendrick Lamar, Sir Kendrick Lamar, that made you never talk to Drake again?
Okay. And
because that's nasty. That man had you on tour. He put millions of dollars in your pocket, gave you your first #1 song.
Okay, all right.
And Drake is probably looking at him like, brother, look how you did me. Brother, look how you did me. You left me to die. And Drake, a person like that, how hard he got hit from that beef, I can see him always side-eyeing Cole. And he's probably like, bro. And Cole's always talked about how Drake's a brother, he loves him. That's why I'd rather him just ignore the shit than to him diss Drake on this, bro. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. But Maul feels like something might come out. And I believe Joe Budden did as well. I believe like Joe Budden, unless I'm going crazy or if I can't find it, but I believe Joe Budden talked about the situation as well. And we see different little things coming from it, like the DJ Clue mixtape that he dropped, that Birthday Blizzard, where the verse he goes, these N-words swear they're doing numbers, but it's a bit more to the story. You bust it down as botted streams and kids ordering merch. Who's he talking about? Is he talking about Travis Scott? Because remember that whole Nicki Minaj thing going back and forth with Travis Scott over Astroworld merch and all that counting towards his streams? Or is it to Kendrick? Because you guys know us OVO Drake fans been yelling K-Bop for the last, I don't even know how many months. Academics is even interviewing dudes on his channel saying that they're the ones that set up the bots for Not Like Us.
I think even some of y'all were trolling me to speak about this because y'all want to politicize this entire thing to be like, oh no, Savage is doing something. Here's my thing. I'm down to call a spade as long as we're calling the spade. So if the gotcha moment is y'all want me to say, oh, Savage is botting, if y'all are saying and acknowledging that Kendrick is botting, and the proof that we have for that is that billions of his streams were deleted or removed, and now we see something removed from Savage, okay, that's cool. Let's go along with all of them botting. I don't care. I'm not that, there's Kendrick fans that try to argue against the notion that Kendrick bots, but they try to blame botting on everybody else. And if anybody in this industry seemingly has the most evidence for fraudulence or botting, it would be Kendrick Lamar. So this 25 million streams that have been deleted, I would like to know more information. I wish Spotify would release some information about why they deleted whatever. And is it a sanction? And I wish if artists were botting, we got to treat it like the steroid era. Artists should receive sanctions, but they should receive it publicly.
Do we know if it's true? I personally don't. I just try to find any way to kind of catch a dub in this beef with my friends that like Kendrick Lamar. We got to argue back and forward. I stuck to it. Or is he dissing Drake? Drake's always selling merch. Drake's selling merch for Sexy Songs for You now. Could that be it? Which is why I don't understand why Drake has never been in no music video that I know for Sexy Songs for You. Like, other than Nokia, why the hell is Party Next Door in every single video alone? I didn't get that either. That had nothing to do with this merch talk, but that's just something I have to get off my chest. And this is the one that people are saying they think it's about Drake. Word to Mike Vick, your dog might get shot for losing. Who's my dog? And I don't like those odds. So I stay in my lane. Despite every bit of dirt thrown my way, there'll never be a stain on my name. It's why I walk around dolly as if it ain't nothing changed. And he was just walking holding hands with Drake. They shot one of the best music videos I've ever seen in my life, a first-person shooter. And now you walking around dolly. What's going on?
Whoever dare flirt with death, the best alive. Yo, this shit is jokes, man. I'm not listening to this bullshit, man. Yo, Cole gotta cut it out. Yo, Cole, this better not be the final version, nigga. Yo, Cole, your whole career, nigga, is called... Yo, it's still not too late to delete this shit, too. Take this one down, too, bro. You gotta change a couple lines talking about the best alive and what you hear now is work. What the fuck are you talking about? Yo, Cole, bro, like, we fuck with you and everything, but, like, you a vegan rapper, bro. Just be over there and nigga rap about asparagus. Like, we want to hear the bars about asparagus. Let's see what you can rhyme with that. Carrots, broccoli. You know what I mean? Like, we want to see it. Like, bro, best alive at what, nigga? Riding a bicycle? Like, what are you talking about? Yo, this is a contact sport. This is hip-hop, nigga. Yo, what's up with this nigga, man? Yo, Cole, man. Maybe a daddy a killer, man, but you just like Bronny James, man. That's how we looking at you. It's over, man. We don't want to hear none of that, dog. Like,
what are we gonna hear on 2-6 from Cole? Again, Cole's gonna forever be one of my favorite artists. I love Cole, and I love the projects he has gave us already. But I do feel like we're gonna get a lot more from Cole. Because yes, we've been waiting for Iceman to see how Drake finally feels, and Drake's another one that gives us a lot in his music. So he's gonna probably speak about how the whole world turned on him. What did I miss? We kind of got a snippet of that. But I think Cole's another one that's very emotional and puts a lot into his music, and I think we're definitely gonna hear where his mindset was during that beef. Now that I'm hearing the more background to the album, I'm thinking it's gonna be I think it's gonna be this 39 that we're gonna hear him address the whole beef.
Bitch, you was good in school. Why you hiding your intelligence? I remember you was getting A. Go back.
No problem.
Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Do not forget, we're on that road to 22,000 subscribers. Sub up, sub up. This is gonna get crazy. This is gonna get crazy.